You are the one I've been waiting for. You are the one. Are you the one he has actually been waiting for? You know, back in the day, I used to think marriage would fix a lot of problems in my life. I felt marriage would give me the freedom. I wouldn't have to report to anybody. I felt, especially if you get married to the right person, I was so fixed on getting married to that right person that life would be better. But going back in time now, probably back to 20 years of my life, here is what I would like to tell my single self. Welcome, beautiful people. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome on board. And if you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you. My name is Mabel, and on this channel I share my experiences, and I also bring other couples here to share their experiences on marriage, on relationships, and on family. If you're passionate about love and life, you want to hang in here, click the subscribe button now, and I promise there is good stuff for you in here. Today I'll be talking to my single self back, let's say how many years ago. I was still single till about 10 years ago. Yes, I'll be taking it back to so many years ago, even before I got married. Let's say 20 years back. What are things I would like to reinforce to myself? If you're single, if you're a single lady, a single guy, you want to watch this video. I feel there's so many things that I should have been focused on while single before I got married, and here's what I'll be sharing with you today. I hope it helps. First thing I'll tell myself is stop waiting for marriage to begin your life. Your life starts now. Marriage is not the purpose of your life. Marriage is part of that purpose in your life. It is not the purpose of your life. So begin life now. Probably I'll live life more better. I would explore better. Here's me sending out this word. You're single, your life is on the move, and marriage is just gonna come into it. Marriage is not the purpose of your life. I remember back in the day, I used to live with my uncle and his wife. After my secondary school, I started living with my uncle more and his wife, and so many things I can think about marriage is actually from them. There are just a few I can gather from my biological parents, but in most of my formative years I spent it with my uncle, and I can remember that where I gathered more of my principles, values, and everything I brought into my own marriage. I remember my auntie will always say, now you're a single lady, you don't have anything to do about marriage, just keep developing yourself. Just keep living your life. And I cannot agree more. She said, travel, do a lot of things, discover yourself, live life, discover the purpose of your life. One thing I'll tell my single self is discover the purpose of your life, because I think marriage gets easier when you know the purpose of your life. Sorry, I had to put on these glasses because the sun is directly into my eyes, but I like the sun here, so I just decided that I gotta shoot this video right under the sun. Sorry for that distraction. As I was saying, I'll shake my younger self and I'll tell myself, come on, discover your purpose first. I'll say, live now. Your life does not begin when you get married. Your life starts now. Learn, grow, try things, fail at things, not the ones that work. Explore. I will travel more. I keep telling my husband, I said I would have traveled more when I was single. I'll travel the world. I'll go on holidays. I'll find out about so many places. Not that I can't travel now, but it's more difficult to travel, especially with growing kids. I can't remember the last time I just picked up my bag and I said, oh, I just want to go to this place. I just want to travel, without thinking, oh, what will happen to school runs? What's going to happen to my husband? How do we plan this? We have to fix it into the schedule. But that can't happen when I'm single. All I have to do is grab my bag, make the money, or I already have the money saved, and here I go. Those are things I feel that, oh, I should have done better if I got married when I was single. Discover yourself first. Discover your purpose first. Marriage is a beautiful partnership, but your partner is not supposed to discover your purpose for you. Discover your purpose and marriage will fall into it. I feel when you discover your purpose, when you find that right person, it's easy for you to know who falls into that purpose. Yes. It's easy for you to know who exactly aligns with your purpose. It helps you not to be in that wedge where you are confused. Who is in this with me? Or is this the right person? You just know who fits in into that purpose. But it won't happen if you've not discovered that purpose. The second one, I'm not sure if I'm the second one. I think I'm missing the points. I actually wrote them down, but I can't find my notes now. The second one is wholeness first, then marriage. I used to think marriage is just going to complete me. It's just going to make you perfect. But the truth is that I think it magnifies it. If you're not perfect in yourself, marriage is not going to perfect you. I think marriage just complements you. If you get into marriage broken, if you get into marriage incomplete, you are still incomplete. Marriage is not magical that makes you complete. I know it's a spoiler alert, but that's the truth. I've spoken to a lot of married people, and that is the truth. Marriage doesn't complete you. Marriage complements you. You got to get to that point where you know that I am complete in myself. And even if marriage doesn't come, I am not lost. I am not half of a human. I am not half of a perfect person. I'm not half of the person that God has made me to be, with or without marriage. Marriage is just going to help me fulfill my destiny in God. And even if it doesn't come, I am whole enough to fulfill my purpose in life. The third thing I'll tell my single self is build a solid relationship with God first. Build a solid relationship with God first, because marriage is not a replacement of God in your life. It's not a replacement of your relationship with God. It is just, I think it's secondary. Your relationship with God is more important even than your relationship with your husband, because it's going to test your faith. Marriage is going to test your faith in so many ways that you can't even imagine. There are going to be trials, there are going to be tough times, there are going to be tough decisions that you would have to make based on your relationship with God. Marriage is not supposed to replace your relationship with God. And to get it right in marriage, it's the best thing to solidify your relationship with God. These are times that you should go into the secret place, that you should take your relationship with God more important, because I think marriage is an aftermath of that relationship you had with God while you're single. I think it's more of a testing ground of your relationship with God, because you're going to be living with another whole human being that you've never lived with all your life, that is totally from a different part of the world or a different family, and you're going to have to live out the fruits of the Spirit while living with this person. Your relationship with God is going to be tested in the place of marriage. There were so many things I can remember while living with my parents, living with my uncle and his wife, living while I was working as a single lady. So many things that played out that I felt were just trials. I felt they were just things that came at me, not knowing that they were preparing me. And trust me, while in my marriage, I still remember so many of those occurrences. And I just say, wow, this was not a one-off. This is just the real battleground, or this is just the real test ground, and those are just episodes. They're just like flashes. How you go through those seasons in your life now that you're single is going to determine how you manage it when you're married. More like the last thing I'll tell my single self, because I don't want to make this video really long, is become the right one before looking for the right one. I'd ask myself, or let me pose it as a question. Ask yourself, would you marry you? If your brother wants to get married now, your brother that you love so much, and there is a clone of you, would you tell your brother to marry this person, and this person is really good? Would you marry that person? Are you proud of yourself? Are you financially responsible? Are you spiritually grounded? Are you emotionally intelligent? What are you doing to yourself to make yourself that one that another person is looking for? Because as you're looking for somebody is looking for you. Are you looking for the perfect person without becoming the perfect person? What steps are you taking to be that one that a person is looking for? And when your husband sees you, your husband will say, you are the one. It's an old song, but the song says, "You are the one I've been waiting for. You are the one." Are you the one he has actually been waiting for? Are you the one that he has actually been praying for? What are you doing to be that one? Because trust me, God is not partial. God loves everybody. As God loves you and you say, "Oh, I'm loved by God," that's how he loves the other man over there that might be your husband. God will not take you that is not grounded, that is, and give it as a gift to that his son that has been praying, that has been waiting, that has been developing himself. Do you think he will be partial to match two people that are not, let's say one person has been really doing a lot of things for himself, and give him to another person that is less prepared? I think God brings two prepared people. Are you in your place of preparation? Are you very mindful that this single state is my place of preparation? It's my place to get grounded spiritually, financially, emotionally, waiting for that one, but making myself that perfect one. So what are you doing with your single years? Are you just traveling around, binge watching on movies, following the social media trend, and then you are not depositing into yourself? How much are you planning, or how much are you learning about marriage, about relationships? Do you go to seminars? Do you read books? Do you watch movies that will inspire you and drive you to develop yourself more? Or are you just doing the more stringent, no, that's not the word, or you just doing the more, you're just living life just as it comes, spend money, party, and you're saying, "I've not seen the person"? Are you sure you are as precious a gift to be gifted to that person that has been waiting for a virtuous woman, or that's been waiting for a virtuous man? It might be that I'm speaking to the ladies, but that's because I'm a lady. But it's really, really very, it's practical, or it's adaptable to both a man and a woman. So as a man, God will not come and give you his precious daughter and you are not doing anything and you're not developing yourself. How much are you developing yourself? How much are you focused on being that right person while looking for the right person? Be focused more on making yourself the right person while waiting for the right person. So sis, bro, if I could go back, I'll tell my single self, maximize your season. Stop waiting for the right person. Your season is now. And trust me, when you do that, you won't settle for less than a perfect life. You won't settle for less than a principled life. You won't settle for something less than you truly deserve. Please let me know in the comments, what are some things that you would want to speak to a single person, or if you're married, what are those things that you would want to share with someone who is single now? Or what would you like to tell your single self going back in time? It might come from many mistakes, or it might come from something you've assumed that is not right. I want to hear from you. If you're single, which of these lessons resonated with you? And if you're married, what's one thing you would tell your single self? I'll be watching in the comments, and if this video has been helpful in any way, give it a like, subscribe, and let me hear from you. I'll see you in that next video.